What's going on, guys? It's Cimo, bringing you guys another live duel commentary. So on the left, we have Danger Thunder Dragon. On the right, we have Salamangreat. This is a matchup you probably should be expecting in this current metagame, as it is two of the best three decks. And let's go ahead and see how this one plays out. And just a reminder, if you guys do enjoy my commentary, I will be doing live commentary for the Pro Play Games Tour event on April 20th and 21st, so be sure to check out that live stream. So, looks like Salamangreat is going first, normal summoning off a Jaguar, linking it off into a copy of Balinks, and specialing off Gazelle as Chainlink 2, using Chainlink 1 to search off Salamangreat Sanctuary with the effect of the Balinks. Sending a Spinny off the effect of the Gazelle is going to get a Mirage Stallion when you overlay both the Spinny and the Gazelle. Salamangreat playing very rapidly, which is, always a good thing. You always want to make sure you play at a acceptable pace so you don't get any warnings for slow play. Even though this is, a locals match, people are a little bit more lenient with that, but it is always good to play rather quickly. And as soon as I say that, now he's slowing down to think about his moves. But that's okay, because he did start off with the Jaguar, which was a little bit awkward, but you can always just go ahead and grab yourself a Falco. It's not too bad. You can still end up doing a rank 4 play here, so there are some things that you could potentially do. I imagine he's going to go ahead and link off into Sunlight Wolf here, and that's exactly what the Salamangreat player is doing. So he's going to go ahead and do that. He can then go ahead and special summon out the Jaguar, which it looks like that's what he's doing as well. Looks like I'm just telegraphing the plays at this point. He's going to use the effect of Sunlight Wolf to add back Gazelle into his hand, since a monster was special summoned to that zone. And now he's going to overlay the Falco and the Jaguar for a rank 4, which is Bagooska. So obviously, I'm not sure if these players know what they're playing, but going up against the mirror match, ending on Bagooska Pass is usually pretty strong, but even up against Danger Thunder, it's still pretty good as well. So Danger Thunder setting a card and then setting a monster as well. Ooh, that's never too good when you see that happen, but plays going back to the Salamangreat player, and I'd feel pretty good if I were the Salamangreat player in this position. So we see Salamangreat Circle getting fired off, and met with an Imperial Order. So Imperial Order in the main deck for the Danger Thunder Dragon player. I wouldn't say that's exactly too common, but, it is going to make the Salamangreat Circle fizzle. Don't know if that matters, because we do know the Salamangreat player still has a copy of Gazelle in his hand, so he could potentially do some plays. He just has to switch the Bagooska into attack mode to make sure that its effect negating properties are no longer online. He could also just link it off or do a multitude of different things with it. Get a little glimpse of the Salamangreat player's hand, so we know he has Sanctuary as well, and it looked like there was a Phantasme there, so that'd be pretty good if the Danger Thunder Dragon player ended up going off, just to kind of help, slow him down just a little bit, or maybe protect him from getting OTK'd. So Bagooska is now in attack mode. This will turn off the properties of it being in defense, meaning the monsters will no longer be negated. His opponent tried to use Monster Reborn, but the Danger Thunder Dragon player pointed to Imperial Order, and, again, it's locals. He was nice enough to let him take that play back, but probably in a more major tournament setting, that would not be the case. Also, keep in mind, both these players are 4-0 at this particular tournament, so, ooh, and we saw Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon get dropped from the Danger Thunder Dragon player, so that goes to show that he does have that firepower ready. So Gazelle coming down is going to go ahead and send a card. At this point, if he only has one set monster in defense mode, if he is playing Danger Thunder Dragon and he knows that, again, the deck doesn't play any hand traps, if at all. It might play Phantasme, but even then, that's sometimes not even played in the main deck. So at this point, you'd be trying to just want to go in and OTK as best you can. So we see Gazelle. I can't see what it sent, but at this point, I would probably just be trying to amass as much damage on the field as possible. But he's going to make Nightmare Phoenix. Phoenix will allow him to pop the Imperial Order by discarding a card, and then that will put the Monster Reborn back online. Oh, actually, I'm not sure if he actually did let him take it back. Maybe he actually did put that in the graveyard. But we do see that Salamangreat Will got set to the field from the effect of Sunlight Wolf, and Will is going to be online now that we have Imperial Order off the field, and he is going to be able to use that Will for 2. The Sunlight Wolf has not yet been Reincarnation Link summoned, but now that the Imperial Order is offline, he can Reincarnate summon the Sunlight Wolf, and then use the Salamangreat to get 2 monsters, and kind of just swarm the board at this point. Getting a little glimpse of the graveyard there. So he didn't let him take the Monster Reborn back. It kind of looked like he did for a second, so I apologize for that in that previous statement. So let's go ahead and see. He's going to make a Link 3, actually. And it looks like maybe he's going to go for Heat Leo, potentially? He is going to go for Heat Leo. That actually makes sense because then you can get 3 monsters off Will of the Salamangreat instead of just 2. He's going to summon Gazelle out of his hand with its effect. He already did the send effect this turn. And I was going to go ahead and summon out Jack Jaguar by shuffling the, or returning the Sunlight Wolf back into the deck. The extra deck, rather. And so he still has a Spinny he has not yet used this turn. He's still got a Falco Engrave. He's got a lot of options here. He can still Reincarnation Link summon the Heat Leo for Will of the Salamangreat, which again, I think he's just trying to amass as much damage here as possible. I don't know what his extra deck contains. Borolo Dragon is definitely in there for sure. I know Update Jammer is probably a pretty popular card as well, so you can do some combination of those cards. That would allow you to just get a huge surge of advantage and probably be able to kill them. So he's going to resurrect the Spinny and then go into a, looks like a rank 3 play. So it looks like he's going to go for that Mirage Stalio. I believe that is one that he shuffled back from the previous turn. Most of the Salamangreat decks are only running 1 copy. 2 isn't really too necessary, especially since you can recycle it. And we are going to see a Link play into Sunlight Wolf. We're going to see the effect of Mirage Stalio trigger here, which will bounce the set monster back into the hand. And a Reincarnation Heat Leo coming down, meaning he's going to be able to summon 3 Salamangreat monsters from his graveyard. This is going to be huge. So he's going to get a Gazelle, a Spinny, and a Falco. Now, they do go to defense mode, but that's not really too big a deal because he can just link them off and just summon a ton of monsters. He's going to go for Update Jammer here, and it looks like he's going to go for Borolo Dragon. And since he used Update Jammer, that Borolo Dragon, I believe, can attack twice. So that is already a massive amount of advantage and a massive amount of damage as well. And the Danger Thunder player just wanting to check the effects of the Update Jammer just to kind of see the position he's currently in. And I think he's just, you know, contemplating if there is anything else he can do, but don't really think so. Yeah, I think that's going to be game, and the Danger Thunder Dragon player is going to scoop it up. Very quick game 1. Let's go ahead and see how these players adjust going into game 2. So, Danger Thunder Dragon going first. We see an Allure of Darkness getting fired off. We don't see the Banish because it is a little bit out of frame, but we're going to hopefully see Danger Thunder get to pop off this time around. The Salamangreat players you guys saw didn't really do anything too crazy, just ending on a pretty simple board with Bagooska, but against a deck that's pretty much solely monster-reliant like Danger Thunder Dragon, Bagooska can sometimes just be enough. Second copy of Allure of Darkness coming down, which is going to go ahead and get him those draws. Looks like he's going to banish Roar this time around, which Roar will allow him to special summon from the deck. I believe he banished a Dark with the first one searching that Roar. And Roar is going to go ahead and special summon a regular Thunder Dragon. Ooh, and the Phantom Sky Blaster coming down. Now, this is huge because that's going to generate him 2 tokens, which means now he can just link one of those off into a Link Spider, and now he has access to a Saryuja. Phantom Sky Blaster is a card that a lot of people think is going to get possibly touched on the ban list just because being able to generate advantage like this is just crazy. We do see the Salamangreat player respond with a Phantasme, though, in response to the Link Spider. Probably digging for more hand traps, potentially. At least that's what I would imagine. Maybe trying to get to that Ash Blossom before Saryuja hits the field. That would be pretty detrimental, especially since you have to commit all those resources into the Saryuja. So he goes ahead, draws his 2, shuffles his 1 card back. And now we see a copy of Phantom Knight Shape Brigadine coming down. And that's going to go ahead and get immediately linked off into a copy of Imduck. Very interesting here. And it looks like we're going to have a link 4 into a, presumably Saryuja. I don't know exactly what else you would link it off into at this point. And there is Saryuja. Is there an Ash Blossom? It looks like there's an Ash. But he did chain block the Saryuja, so Ash will not be able to be used in response. That's a pretty nice play. So you get to summon the Guard Dragon, and then now you get to get your 4 cards. Anytime you can chain block with Saryuja is obviously going to be a really strong play. I really like seeing this with the Imduck. That's the first time I've ever seen that being played before in this strategy. And again, when you've already used your other Thunder Dragons, those are usually the cards you're chain blocking with. So sometimes also the Chaos Dragons like Wyvern Buster or Collapse Serpent are also used just because they search when they're sent to the graveyard. We see a copy of Dragonhawk being discarded to resurrect the copy of Roar that is banished. So now all the Thunder Dragon effects have been used for the turn. And he's going to go ahead and turn the original Thunder Dragon into a copy of Colossus, boosted by Saryuja. And I was going to go ahead and summon LP with that Guard Dragon. And that LP is going to get Ash, but it's met by Called by the Grave. Oh my god. This is going to be big. So Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon is going to hit the field. Wow, he just had everything. That is crazy. So now he's going to link off the LP, the Saryuja, and 2 other monsters, and probably going to make a second Saryuja here, I would imagine. And there it is. Again, Saryuja, another card a lot of people think should go to 1 on the next ban list. And using the effects, again, of the Imduk to go ahead and special summon these World Chalice monsters to protect that Saryuja. I think that is really, just really cool interaction there. Just especially when you use and exhaust all of your danger resource, or excuse me, not your danger resources, but your Thunder Dragon resources for chain blocking. That just allows you to further protect the Saryuja from other hand traps. But he's already used Ash Blossom, so there probably isn't too much to worry about. Ghost Ogre could potentially be a problem, but obviously if you chain block it, you don't have too much to worry about. So the Danger Thunder Dragon player resolving Saryuja, and we see a Wyvern Burster coming down next. That's also going to get boosted by the Saryuja, but it's going to get quickly linked off here, so it's not too big of a deal. Going into a Pisty. So he's going to use the effect of Pisty to go ahead and resurrect one of the dragon monsters in the graveyard, which is going to be Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Saryuja is pointing to that bottom right corner, so it is another zone that 2 dragon monsters are pointing towards. Man, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon is just such a powerful card. And is he going to go for the 3rd Saryuja here? Oh my god, that would just be crazy, and it looks like it. I don't know what other Link 4 he'd really want to go into at this point. It looks like he's putting everything back now. No, looks like he's making him commit to it. And a Borosaur Dragon. That's interesting. I'm not sure if he committed to it and forced him to go into a rank 4, or if he wanted to make the Borosaur. Not entirely sure on that one. Just seems a bit odd for a turn 1 play. We see another Colossus come down. Maybe the Danger Thunder Dragon player thought he had 3 Saryuja, but he just made a mistake. And he's going to end on double Colossus with the Borosaur and with Lee, the World Chalice Fairy, in the hand. So this isn't the most terrifying board. Now, Colossus is a problem for Salamangreat solely because of the fact that it does prevent Salamangreat from being able to search, which the deck does do a fair bit of searching, but it's not like a complete detriment. But 2 Colossus is pretty annoying, especially because, like, you could Mirage Stalio 1 copy, but then you still have to worry about the other one. So it's just kind of like an awkward situation to be in. But let's see how he navigates it. We see Salamangreat Mirror, which can, I believe, just special summon itself out. I believe it's just like another extender in that regard. So it looks like he's going to go ahead and special summon that out in defense mode. He's going to go ahead and link that off into a Balinx. And we're going to see a Balinx for Chainlink 1 and a Gazelle for Chainlink 2. Or, excuse me, no, it'll just be Gazelle triggering here because he has the Colossus on the field, so Balinx won't be doing anything. Gazelle will just be sending to the graveyard, though. You'd probably want to get Spinny here, I imagine, just so you can make Mirage Stalio link off and just bounce one of the Colossus. So let's go ahead and see if that was his line of play. Obviously, we can't see the graveyard here, but if that's what he was planning, I'm pretty sure we'll see that coming up here fairly shortly. Do see a couple spells in his hand as well. Just getting a quick peek, but couldn't tell exactly what those were. It kind of looked like a Potted Desires. And he can play Potted Desires under Colossus. Okay, so Spinny coming down to that is what he sent with the Gazelle. He's going to go ahead and make Mirage Stalio. Mirage Stalio will just go ahead and generate another plus. Ooh, enemy controller. Okay. Tributing off the Balinx, targeting the Borosaur Dragon. That is actually disgusting. because now he'll have his own Borrelsaur Dragon to potentially just, like, close out this game instantly. Oh my god. Now, Blade YGO is actually the innovator of putting enemy controller in Salamangreat. He's the first person I pretty much documented that I've seen that did this. And it's kind of similar to, like, with Zodiac format and some other formats as well. It's just such a strong card. And especially when you have such expendable resources in Salamangreat, like, you know, anything you summon off Mirage Stalio or your little monsters that just have resurrection, just recursive abilities in general, enemy controller is just such a good way to kind of exchange that resource for one of your opponent's resources, which is much better. So we see Jack Jaguar going ahead and summoning off the, we see Mirage Stalio summoning off Jack Jaguar out of the deck. Now he can just link those off to make a Sunlight Wolf, which will then spin one of the Colossus back into the extra deck. And so now he just has to get through one Colossus, and I don't think that should be too difficult, considering the fact that, you know, he has Borrelsaur Dragon, and, oh, does he have another enemy controller? Whoa! Oh my god, this game is just over! That is easily 8,000 damage onto the board, thanks to Phantasme. And that is it. The Danger Thunder Dragon player extending the handshake. And what a powerful performance by enemy controller. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and we'll see you next time.